I recall the story of the recovery of the Battlespire, as it was told to me by the son of old Khmer these many years ago. How the legions of Daedra Lord Mehrunes Dagon overran the spire, aided by betrayal. How a young hero from obscure origins entered the Battlespire, proving ground and testing facility for the Shadow Legion, the Imperial Guard, and finding his test was more than he bargained for. Thinking this was only a harmless test of his skills, he enters the spire through the Pillar of Light and finds a hell created by the betrayal of the Legion and the perfidy of Jaeger Tharn, arch-traitor to the Empire. And so, our story begins.
Hey guys, Shellibix here, and welcome to Let's Play an Elder Scrolls Legend Battlespire. This is going to be my first actual proper traditional Let's Play I've done in about 3 years, so I hope I still remember how to do these. A little bit of backstory on Battlespire. It's technically a spin-off in the Elder Scrolls franchise. This was originally, well, it was released back in 1997, but this was originally intended to be a sort of expansion, if you will, for ye old faithful Daggerfall. This is even on the same game engine of, what was it, the X engine, XNGINE or something, for Daggerfall. However, for God knows whatever reasons, they decided while developing this game to make it into a standalone game, which, from everything I've heard, it's not actually a very good game. It's quite buggy, finicky. The voice acting in it is meant to be, well, it leaves something to be desired, put it that way. And the maps that this game takes place in, because it's not an open world adventure like the other Elder Scrolls games, it's set in a single multi-level dungeon type setting. The maps are meant to be quite confusing, I've heard, and it involves an element of platforming in places, of which some games in the late 90s and sort of 3D games didn't do particularly well at. Anyway, I really don't have too much experience with this game. I've played it a couple of times. This was a few years ago, but I've never beaten this game. I kind of have an idea on what sort of character I want to make. I've done a little bit of research into what makes a good build, if you will, for this game. So let's see how it goes. There's a lot of guidance sort of on the old classic UESP wiki. I did take some notes actually from another very, very useful website, and on Reddit there's lots of stuff on Battlespire. I mean, there's a guy called I think it's got an awesome name like Robo Hobo or something. He's done an excellent sort of list detailing what sort of parts of the character creation are decent and which are a waste of time. So let's dive straight in as we do here, and in my instance usually completely fail and balls everything up. But that seems to give you guys somewhat of a chuckle, so let's do it. Oh, it's also worth pointing out actually that, would you believe it, this game has multiplayer. Well, it did. I think the original program that you use to play this game in multiplayer. I don't think it's around anymore, it's supported, but I'm sure you can emulate it somehow. I think there are 3 modes in it. I think there's like, you could do like a team of 2v2, like there's 2v2 teams, like red v blue. There's deathmatch, I think, and there's also a collaborative mode. So I think there's 7 or 8 levels / maps in this game, of which I think you can play through cooperatively. I have no idea how that would work, but I'm kind of curious, so maybe I'll have to try and track down some poor unsuspecting victim and get him to play this game with me. We could click on it, but I have a feeling it will break my game, so let's just dive straight into this single player. New game, please. Name thyself. We should, of course, be Shellibix, because why not? Select thy gender. We could go male. We could go female. One of these days I will pick female, just to explore my inner feminine side, but not today. Let's go for male. Why not? Oh, so we have some choices. We've got Redguard. Well, I'm guessing anyone who's watching this video is somewhat of a Elder Scrolls buff and will know all the basic races. But they will notice there are a few obvious exceptions here. Orcs, Imperials, Khajiits, such what, Argonians. So we've just got 6 classes here. We've got Redguard, the most naturally talented warriors in Tamriel. The dark Redguards of Hammerfell seem to have been born for battle. In addition to their affinity for weaponry, Redguards are blessed with hardy constitutions and quickness of foot. Wonderful, quick feet, I like it. Skill bonuses, long blade plus 10, short blade plus 10, missile plus 10, axe, blunt weapon, critical strike, and all that guff. Breton. Highly intelligent and willful, the Bretons have a natural bond with the forces of Magicka. Many great sorcerers have come out of their home province of High Rock, and even the humblest Breton can boast a high resistance to the destructive powers of Magicka. Sounds enthralling. Xenord. The citizens of Skyrim are a tall and fair-haired people, strong, stubborn and hardy. Nords are famous for their resistances to cold, even magical frost, and are known for their prowess as warriors. High Elf. The tall, golden-skinned High Elves are easily equal to the Bretons in sorceress ability due to their high intelligence, force of will, and agility. On the one hand, they are more susceptible to spells than the people of High Rock. On the other hand, by their unique nature, they are completely immune to paralyzation. Well, that is a bonus, they don't have spines. Dark Elf. The dusky, fire-eyed Dark Elves of Morrowind are strong, intelligent, and quick-footed people. They are legendary sorcerers and warriors with a prowess with sword and bow, rivaling that of the Redguards and Wood Elves. Cool. The Wood Elf. Hailing from the forests of Valenwood, the Wood Elves are the finest archers in all of Tamriel. These cousins of the High Elves and Dark Elves are nimble and quick as the wind. Because of their curious nature and natural agility, Wood Elves often become thieves. That's a bit stereotypical. We are going to go. I've got an idea in my brain of what I want to do. Because I'm probably never going to do this in any other Elder Scrolls game. Is I kind of want to be a martial artist. So I mainly want to prioritise using hand-to-hand, which I think would be kind of cool. One, because, according to my research in this game, hand-to-hand is pretty strong and levels fairly decently. It is below a few sort of Daedric weapons, as you'd expect, like your Claymore, Battle Axe, I think. But also this game has a feature, I believe, which is quite commonly exploited from what I've read, that enemies can disarm you and knock your weapon to the floor, which I'm sure we can all guess in this sort of classic game engine is quite a pain to retrieve your weapon during battle and re-equip it. So we're going to go hand to hand, because I don't think I'm really going to get this opportunity again, and because I like a challenge. But we're also going to do a bit of restoration, because you can't... I can't remember. I don't think you can rest in this game. I think you literally just have to heal via spells or via potions. So let's go Dark Elf, why not? Oh my word, I also forget that there is nudity in this game, so I might have to break my usual trend of F-all editing and perhaps do some censoring. Or not. Oh my word. I forgot how bad character creation was. Can we... let's go for... oh. Let's just go through all the different wonderful choices of hair we can have. My god, I do kind of like the mullets. Oh my word, we could be Donald Trump. Why not? Who wouldn't? Can I have unusually small hands as well? Oh, what looks good? Like that, it's kind of just unnecessarily angry. Oh, we go for that actually, sort of panicked and worried. That's probably what I would be if I was naked in the middle of the Battlespire. Mouth, let's go for... we can just have a completely different beard to our hair. A killer stash. Or slightly mouth agape and shocked. Let's go for the stash. Why not? Why not? Pick class. Screw that, we go for new class here. So, yeah, Battlespire, the name of this game, as I say, is based on the multi-level dungeon called the Battlespire, which was a magical war academy for the Imperial Battle Mages. And as said in the intro, it was a testing facility for candidates seeking to join the Imperial Guard. Right, let's name our class. I have no idea. We could go for the usual let's player, I guess. I guess I'm still one of those these days. Now we've got our attributes here. Every time you level up, you get a certain number of points, which you can then pump into attributes, and you can increase them. However, luck appears to be absolutely useless, as does, would you believe, endurance. So stats in this game do still govern some skills, but endurance I think only covers swimming, and apparently your endurance attribute really does not affect what is your wounds up here. This is your hit points, your HP. It seems to be that generally you get around a fifth of your total wounds each level, so it is generally favoured, like with sort of Daggerfall, if you will, to bump this up to the max. That's sort of dock endurance, because it really doesn't do too much. So, kill, be gone, vile creature. And before we go willy-nilly here, let's just cover some basics. I need to give myself a spell. I'm only interested in one spell immediately, because as with all these earlier Elder Scrolls games, I always find spell casting rather clunky. So yes, we just want to cure health. And cure health is generally, the more points you cure of health is directly related to, I believe, your willpower and your restoration skill. So we want both our willpower and restoration skill to be as high as possible, because, as I say, I'm pretty sure you can't rest in this game. And having to rely on potions just doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth. So, equipment. We can choose our equipment, but we should do that last. Or we can give ourselves magic items, if you will, but considering we're going hand to hand, I don't think we really need much. And from what I remember as well, there are a kick-ass pair of gauntlets in the first level that we want. So, gauntlets of profane vitality, I believe, which regenerate health. So, let's get on to advantages and disadvantages. Let's give ourselves There you highlight over, you get a nice indication. We're going to give ourselves spell absorption and rapid healing, and we're not going to forbid any armor or materials. So basically these are at the max. Basically means anything above this is banned or forbade. And so there's nothing above heavy armor, nothing's forbidden. There's nothing above Daedric, so nothing's forbidden. Like if you was to set it at iron, you get a truckload of points, but you can't wear anything above iron. Okay, forbidden weaponry. So I might use missile at some point, because missile is supposedly quite cool. But there are also javelins in this game, which you would believe, due to the sheer nature of a javelin, is a missile weapon. Obviously you throw javelins, and that is the case. A javelin is classified as a missile weapon, but you don't throw it in this game. It is literally just a melee weapon, so we may endeavour to use it. But in terms of resistances and immunities, we're going to give ourselves nil points, and low tolerances, nothing. We're going to make ourselves weak to everything, because there's not an awful lot of spellcasters in this game, I believe, bar the Daedra, which you encounter, or any spellcasters that will put these effects on you, and they don't really do as much damage as you believe, especially if you've got spell absorption. They really can't do too much damage to you. Plus, there are sets of armor in that we can get to sort of nullify these critical weaknesses. So at the moment, you know, my guy is, how should I say, pretty pathetic on paper. But that doesn't bother me. Regenerate health, not really useful. Acute hearing with these games, unless you've got an original Roland 32MX, whatever it is, I can't remember, 32MT, I don't know. I doubt you'll be able to hear much. Plus I doubt this game actually accurately portrays where the sound is coming from. Regenerate health is not particularly useful, as is Regenerate SP. Athleticism can be good, but it can lead you to overshooting jumps and that. Adrenaline rush doesn't particularly bother me. When I'm near death, I will probably be casting a health spell, so that'll do for the weaknesses, and we are pretty weak at that. So let's try and give ourselves the maximum amount of woundages. Now let's take it from here. Right, let's give ourselves our skillages first. Let's go for hand-to-hand. After all, it is the basis of all combat. Let us also go for restoration. And see, restoration is covered by personality, but it seems to be pretty intrinsically linked to it's right in front of me. Willpower. Sorry, for some reason I forgot the word power. Just check, yeah. Okay. And let's also give ourselves... we give ourselves missile. I plan on using missile. No, tell you what, let's go for critical strike. Why not? Yeah, we're going to go for the King of Sports technique. Pure bare-knuckle boxing. Just as all men should settle any scores. And as should women, in fact. Let's go for missile. Let's also spank on a bit of dodging. I've no idea how effective dodging is. I never seem to have any luck with it. But let's go for it. And let's also... I don't think there's anything else I'm particularly bothered about. I'll probably go for jumping. For the platforming element. Swimming. Illusion. And when I said about the clunkiness of spellcast in this game, it's all the same for stealth mechanics for me. I don't know, they never seem to work for me too well. And thaumaturgy. Go on then. So we're an interesting character. We're sort of a mage who's pretty angry at life and punches everything, which works for me. So we've got these arrows next to all these stats. We can decrease them if we so wish. We probably shouldn't. So let's bump up Strength to 50, Restoration to 50, and we need to adjudicate some skills. So I'm pretty inclined to leave them all at base level. Up Strength, I'll up Willpower, and then I think it is all luck of the draw as well, how many skills we get. Tell you what, we will lower Willpower to 55, because of course we still need to give ourselves some equipment. If you don't give yourselves any equipment, you will start the game literally naked. And I know that may be a turn on for some of you Dark Elvian lovers out there, but it's probably not the sort of family look I'm going for me channel. We can give ourselves some pants, some armbands, and a shirt if we so wish. How armbands, shirt and pants all weigh the same, I don't know. And dagger of no use to us. So basically here we are just looking for a little bit of armour to we can carry out a small chest, if we will. Haha. That'll do, with steel helm, why not? Elven Curus. Literally every Let's Play I do, someone always screams and shouts at me for mispronouncing it wrong. No one has yet threatened me with death. Steel Pauldron, why not? Dwarven Greaves, yes, get in there. Steel Booties, please. Silver Gauntlets will pass, because as I say, there are some decent gauntlets here. And that'll do, I think. I can't remember if these sort of items appear underneath our clothing. Who cares if they don't? We live on the bright side, we don't care about chafing. Magical items literally does seem to be... oh no, there are. Armbands of Handfire produces the casting of minor fire damage. Renders the power of minor shield. Steel Javelins. Cape of Subtle Force. For Staff of Blight. Tunic of Secrets. Alright, well there's nothing I particularly feel like. So let's go back and let's smash some more pointies of strength. And we can't go restoration anymore. You can't increase it any further than your base skill. Go on, critical strike, why not? 25 points left in the bag, 200 hit points. Let us descend into the world. I'm also going to save this class. Because I'm worried I might lose it if this game crashes. Literally, I went through the whole character creation of this game once. I got to here, it crashed, I created my character again, I got into a fight with those scamps over there, they pushed me off, I died, I had to make my class again. So, we're going to save the video here. I know it's a bit weird, but we had a bit of a lengthy introduction. And when we next come back, we will of course sprint straight first, headlong into the world of Battlespire. So, let's try and drop a save. Hopefully the game doesn't explode. Part 1. Lovely. And when we next come back... well, tell you what, actually now, just for all the people out there who hated me for playing with the sort of interface for Daggerfall, this is for you. Look at that. We'll go full screen because you're worth it. So, I'll see you in the next episode, guys. Take care and have a good day.